buy silver, buy silver. I didn't think it was going to go below 30. Silver has not only participated, silver has led. This is a huge move up in the precious metals complex. They were simply trading the spread versus making a real directional bet. And the central banks don't buy silver. They just can't store it. You know, the weakness in silver was kind of a drag on the gold market. But silver not only broke out above 35, it closed above 36. Well, last week, platinum broke out. It's almost at $1,200 an ounce right now. They don't even feel the need to buy silver. They don't know anything about it. It's more private investors that buy silver. Retail, small investors. Even that, I believe, is going to be starting. Silver is not going to underperform gold anymore. And gold just needs to, I think, close above 3,500, not just 3,400. But buy silver, buy silver. I didn't think it was going to go below 30. I was saying $30 silver is like $2,000 gold. And, telling people to buy it, $32, $33, very little downside. I knew eventually it would break out. And on Thursday, it did in a big way. I think, we were up almost $2 at one point, or Friday rather. But silver not only broke out above 35, the same day it broke out above 35, above 36 again. Gold initially was moving up with silver, and it got back above 3,400. But it actually sold off earlier in the morning, and then after the jobs numbers came out, it sold off more. And in fact, Thursday was the big move up in silver. Excuse me. It had a big move up Thursday, but then it moved up again. It added about 50 cents. Right. It had a big move up on Thursday, up about $1.50, and then it jumped another 50 cents. But silver stocks on Thursday, a lot of the silver stocks were up 9, 10, 11. I think the biggest one was a 15% gain in First Majestic. But other silver stocks were up, 9, 10%. Even the silver stocks mostly pulled back on Friday because I think the weakness in the gold market and the strength of the stock market caused selling in gold stocks, and even silver stocks pulled back. But the significance of the breakout, I think, is important. And I think one of the reasons that gold sold off, and it didn't get killed. I mean, gold's still about $3,300 an ounce. Right now it's $3,305. It's off about $5 in this early.
If this silver breakout was meaningless, then why are silver mining stocks exploding? We're talking double-digit gains, and retirees holding these assets? Yeah, they felt that surge. First Majestic didn't just rise, it ignited. That kind of action only comes with serious, smart money buying. But here's the twist. Wall Street's playing defense. On Friday, they tapped the brakes, just enough to make retail investors hesitate. Why? Because they don't want you in before the real rally begins. Gold, still standing tall, barely touched, even with all the behind-the-scenes manipulation. This is your heads up, your early signal. The real move, it's already gearing up.
But I think one of the reasons for that was unwinding of spreads. And here, as I'm watching, silver's on the high of the night now. It's up a dime at 36.12. A lot of people have been trading spreads where they're long gold and short silver, right? Because that trade has been working. We were 100 to 1 in the gold-silver ratio. And I actually think that it wasn't just long gold, short silver. People were long gold, short platinum. I was talking on the last podcast that I did that people should buy platinum. I was looking at platinum and it was still below $1,000 an ounce. The last time I talked about it, it was under $1,000 an ounce. And I said, this is ridiculous. You can buy more than 3 ounces of platinum with 1 ounce of gold. Well, last week, platinum broke out. It's almost at $1,200 an ounce right now. It's at $1,175 down, but it's up about 20% in a week. And not just platinum, palladium, which was also around 1,000, is now, now it's 1,067, not up as much, but still, this is a huge move up in the precious metals complex. So it's not just gold. The other precious metals are moving up too. And I think what's happening is these spreads where people are long gold but short silver are being unwound. People don't want to make that bet anymore because they see that the tide has turned and that silver is going to start to rally. And so they don't want to be short silver anymore. Now, maybe they don't want to be long gold either if they have to unwind that spread. They were simply trading the spread versus making a real directional bet, because they might have thought, hey, gold prices could go down and silver prices will go down even more, right? So the spread traders may not have cared which direction gold and silver went. All they cared about was the difference between the two. But now, if it looks like silver is not going to underperform gold anymore, you're unwinding those trades. But I think that is very bullish for all of the precious metals, including gold, because one of the things that has been, odd about the gold bull market that has been going on for a long time now is the fact that silver has not really participated. Because in most historic bull markets in gold, silver has not only participated, silver has led. When we've seen a big move up in gold, we've seen a bigger percentage move up in silver. We haven't seen that yet. And I've gone over the reasons why, the predominant one being that this has been a central bank-led gold rally, and the central banks don't buy silver. They just can't store it. It's not the monetary metal that they hold. It's more private investors that buy silver. Retail, small investors, even the bigger hedge funds are more likely to be active in gold and silver. So the man on the street has not been involved in this market for whatever reason. Either they've been sidetracked by Bitcoin, or they're just speculating in other tech stocks, or they're just not even bothered. They don't even feel the need to buy silver. They don't know anything about it. They don't think about it. And so you haven't had the rally that you typically had in a precious metals bull market. Well, if that's going to change now, if the breakout that we had last week signals that, okay, silver is finally joining the party, I think that's good news for the entire sector, including gold. I think gold will do better in an environment where silver is outperforming. So people will make more money percentage-wise on silver, but they'll make more in gold because silver is rising than if silver wasn't rising. Silver was, the weakness in silver was kind of a drag on the gold market. So imagine how much stronger gold would be now, how much higher the price would be if silver was going up. Because if silver was going up, that would mean the public was involved in the market, and they would also be buying gold. They wouldn't just be buying silver, because it's been the central bankers that have been buying gold, not the retail investors. That, I believe, is going to be starting. And gold just needs to, I think, close above 3,500, not just 3,400, but that would be a new high. Gold got close to 3,500 last time around. But this breakout in silver, the breakout in platinum is a bull market in precious metals. And it's not just precious metals, industrial metals. Inflation is real.
The signs are clear, the momentum is shifting, and if you're watching silver closely, you're already ahead of the crowd. Big moves are coming. So don't just watch, prepare. If you found value as insight, hit that like, subscribe, and turn on the bell.